Your irregular verbs in this chapter are souffrir, ouvrir, offrir, couvrir, and découvrir. You have the meanings of the verbs right at the top of the page. Souffrir, to suffer, offrir, to offer, ouvrir, to open, couvrir, to cover, and découvrir, to discover. When you go to conjugate these verbs in the present tense, they do look like ER verbs, but instead they're going to use the ER endings instead of the IR endings. So they're not completely irregular because they do use a set of regular endings. However, it's not the endings that you would expect based on the spelling of the infinitive. So when we go to conjugate these, just like any other verb, we're going to start off by taking the IR off the end of each verb. And then we'll put the ER endings on, which you remember, the ER endings are E, ES, E, ONS, EZ, ENT. So when you put that together with souffrir, take off the IR. So you have SOUFFR is the stem, and then E for the ending. For je souffre, tu souffres, il et l'on souffre, nous souffrons, vous souffrez, il souffre. When you conjugate these in the passé composé, all 5 of these verbs are going to use avoir as their helping verb, which means the first word of your conjugation is going to be j'ai, tu as, il et l'on a, nous avons, vous avez, ils, elles, ont, plus the past participle. And these past participles are right over here. They're all going to end in ERT, which is an ending we haven't seen before. So souffrir, your past participle is souffrir. So in this case, what you end up taking off is the RIR at the end and replacing it with ERT. So offrir, ouvert, which you actually saw in chapter 1 as the adjective that means open. Couvrir, which if you watch a lot of, or read a lot of spy movies or books, then that looks like the word covert, which is when you're undercover, going on a sting operation. And découvrir is découvert. So first you have your conjugation of avoir based on the subject, and then you follow it up with the past participle. So when you go to practice these, you've got the first 5 you're going to conjugate in the present tense, and then the line below is to write the translation in English. And remember, in the present tense, it's what's currently happening. So it might be that someone suffers or is suffering, someone offers, is offering, etc. And then in the passé composé, you're going to conjugate the verb with the helping verb and past participle. 2 words go in that blank. And then the translation for the line below. Passé composé is what already happened. So someone suffered or has suffered, someone offered or has offered. So keep that in mind as you're doing your translations.